Good evening, feminine energies and viewers. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let's continue our game. We're going to be doing the game from October 4th to October 5th. I see we have been taking charge and using the chariot in what it really means for us to be a leader for ourselves, what it means to take the reins like a Capricorn in how we see our family life, home life, even how we see ourselves. The masculine energy is definitely feeling our transition. That's one thing I'm starting to see. Like Ludacris, when I move, you move. Just like that, when I move, you move. Just like that, when I move, you move. Just like that, hey, DJ, bring that back. It seems like we're both being each other's DJ. So, MC, feminine energies, Miss Master of Ceremonies. Let's see what our next journey in self-discovery will be. Yes. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What should feminine energies see in themselves for October, already coming out, see in themselves for October 4th to October 5th, 2018. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So, feminine energies, me included, and viewers, our overall energy is release. Wow. Release. We're going to be releasing. First of all, we're going to be doing a clean slate. That's what I felt like. I seen as a painter, like, you have all the colors you wanted. You went out to get all the fancy, all the not so fancy, or what people think is not so fancy, but it's so rich in color. You got everything. You got your tools. We got our canvas. Yet, when it comes time to paint, we're not doing that. And at first, it's going to make us frustrated in the first house, the Aries house, because Aries is all about moving forward and cultivating. They're not thinking about the action, because they know they are the action. We are the action. We are Mr. and Miss Aries. We know we're grounded in the Taurus house, the second house. So even our communication is solid. Third house of Gemini. But before we get to that fourth house of Cancer, of nurturing ourselves, before we really nurture ourselves, we have to release. That's why we have that blank canvas. So even though we have the colors, even though we have the tools, now this time around, ladies, we doing it our way. We're doing it our way. And when we do it our way, ooh la la la, the end of a phase or a situation. We know the cycle we've gone through is completed because it's like going to the movies, like Sunshine Terrence says. It's like going to the movies. You already know the ending because you went to see the same movie again. That's how we see in our lives. We know the cycles of our lives. We even know we're starting to relearn the phase of who we are, what makes us trigger, what makes us inspired. So it's okay that we're emptying or we're not even painting that canvas yet. What is it? What is the 4 things that we want to release? Well, let's say, what is the 4 things we want to release? Like the 4 wands, the 4 pillars that we have built at the beginning. Now that we have it in our essence, it's not going to go anywhere. What do we want to build for ourselves as an individual, as the feminine energy, as a female, as a woman? Because what we're going to release will give us that spiritual transformation that we were looking for. And it will give us that engine, the Aries in us. It will give us that fuel for our engine to move on. That's our overall energy. Wow. What we're going to be thinking about, our energy the 4th day, which is Thursday. We're going to exude and embody the Queen of Air. We're going to show our independence to ourselves. We're going to see within ourselves that we are experienced. Our life lessons, our life, period. No one can take your life. The years that you have been on this planet so far, no one can take away those experiences. And with that knowledge in itself, we're going to be more realistic in how we're going to paint that portrait of our lives. The lives we truly want, not the lives that we think others want for us, or what we think our lover will want for us when we do meet them. No. Being realistic and witty on the approach on how we paint our lives from this moment on for the next 2 days. We're going to experiment on how we're going to paint our lives. So before we really put that ink or that ink to that canvas, we're going to test drive for 2 days how it would look when we do paint that canvas. We're going to be witty in our approach in doing that. So what is your witty nature, feminine energies out there? Even if you think your witty nature comes across as wise, it's okay. Because that's going to be our aphrodisiac to the opposite sex and even to ourselves. It's like we're going to fall in love with ourselves. And I don't think we ever have experienced that. And if we have we embodied that as an overall energy, though? That's what I'm wondering. So we have the release. 1 + 3. Release. So we're going to be releasing every time for the next 2 days in our own way, in our own pace. Even if you're releasing one thing in the morning, one thing at night, or just releasing it for that moment. We're just doing it for 2 days. That's it. Even if you have to do the cycle on and off throughout the day, that's cool. Because when you go back throughout the day, you can say, well, I did do that at that time, and I did do that at this time. So I didn't fall off. You get me? You feel me, ladies? So you're going to have the Queen of Air, right? Communicating during the day. All right. Let me get my pencils out, my color pencils. Yeah. Going back to, school, preschool days. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. If we didn't really think that preschool or kindergarten was not important, then we wouldn't have PowerPoint, Excel, or pie charts when we actually had to do a business proposal to a committee of people. Isn't that funny? So we still do child stuff even when we're adults. And that's where the witty part is going to come out. Queen of Air. All right. Let's see what we're going to be thinking about in the afternoon on October 4th. Let's see. Okay. The ego. That makes sense. Because if we got to start releasing things, right, ladies? Feminine energies, viewers, course watchers. If we got to release things, right? We're going to be in our 6th house, which is the house of Virgo. We're going to be very earthy in our approach because we live on planet Gaia, planet Earth. So we know the new canvas that we want to paint in our witty winner wizard personality with that flair of air and how we communicate that. We're going to look at our ego. The ego. Being earnest, guide, and open. Earnestly guiding yourself to be open. Be earnest. Be honest in how you want to guide yourself. It felt like that the energies within me and outside of me, your energy, your vibes, your love, is helping me to see that when we look at egos, we think that it's arrogant, that we think that it has to be negative. And that's one thing that we're going to release. We see that we use our egos every day. If we didn't have our egos, would we be able to walk? If we had not our egos, would we be able to talk? Our ego gives us the eagerness to go forward in our environment. So for the 2 days, let's just say for October 4th, let's just do that. This for October 4th, for tomorrow, we're looking at how to be earnest in guiding ourselves openly. Honestly, how do you want to guide? How do we want to guide ourselves in this new journey of self-discovery without bruising ourselves and thinking that we have to be perfect? We don't. Our experience is us. So let us walk out with no expectations and see what the ego wants to guide us in. So that false sense of entrapment will not be there. If this, I don't see any cups on this, like it looked like cups, but look, that's this a gold chain around him. Ain't that something? His mask look really fancy. His clothes look really fancy. I think he even has gold in his hand. Now we might go out as we do our witty approach, disguising our motivation or our intentions, and that's okay. But we should always remind ourselves tomorrow, October 4th, that our intentions, yes, is leading us to prosperity, but we have the angels to guide us on those dimensions that we're about to take. Again, if our ego was so wrong, then this angel will not be here to give us an orb of protection and wherever we journey to, and wherever we go, and whoever we meet, even when we're meeting ourselves. That's what we're going to be feeling. The energy is going to be feeling in the afternoon tomorrow. How are we going to be feeling at night? Or the energies that's going to come around us at night for us to really think about. Is the night of air. So we have a lot of spiritual and communication. Spiritual communication with ourselves. So before we become that queen, we're going to be that knight first, that warrior for ourselves. that witty warrior for ourselves. We're going to show our intelligence. But how we show our intelligence, we're going to balance that spiritual side and that communicative side of it. So we won't sound too spiritual and too airy in our communication, but grounded in both arenas at the same time. We're going to come up with basic ideas, or just random ideas. Some will come to you in your mind's eye, in our intuition. Some will come to us as we're moving about in the world. And we're going to get that spurt of energy to not be tired. We're going to be seen as tireless. We have the unicorn, our mystical side, our spiritual side, along with still our Aries. Twice. Aries in how we release. And Aries, our fire energy, and how we look at our sun, our ego. And not dismiss it, but learn or see that we have been trying to see the earnest or honest way to approach it. And how we're going to approach it is that Knight of Air. We're going to be that warrior. And as a warrior, events that occur with great speed. And like any warrior, it jumps to the call. We are that warrior. Take time to carefully review your options. Creative solutions will appear. Creative solutions will appear at night. At night. So tomorrow night, if you get any creative ideas in your mind's eye, in your third eye, in your pineal gland, write them down, record them. Even if you like to sketch. If you see an image on Google, take a snapshot of that. That could be your mirage to tell your own story. I'm going to do that myself. So, what is that warrior side of you saying? That's what we're going to be thinking about. So you're going to be that queen of air. Air. We have a lot of air within us, which is connected to our intuition. So we don't have to worry about dismissing our feminine energies, because it's there. It is there. It's popping. It now wants to take us to that spiritual realm as well. And we always been spiritual, but we're realizing openly through our egos that we've been spiritual all this time. We just thought that maybe we just communicate and that's it. Like, no, it's tied to something. And that something is our spiritual side. And now we can be more concrete when we speak, or more confident and witty when we speak. And we'll sound even more realistic. Even though we're saying the things that we always said, we're now knowing why we say the things we always said. That's interesting. Queen of Air. And the ego. And Knight of Air. So, let's see. Ego. And then the Knight of Air. Okay. Let's see what October 5th will be looking like. Right. Okay. So we're going to be releasing now. Still going to be releasing. October 5th, when we become that knight, our objective or our duty, our assignment, will be the 7th of water. Will be how we use our empathic intuition in releasing. And once we're going to know what we have to release tomorrow. So October 5th, we already going to start seeing the 7 things tomorrow on which we can tackle the next day. that's why we had the night of air, because we're going to be communicating that as we're talking to people around us, people are going to come to us. And the conversations that we're going to have will give us that aha moment to know, oh, that ancestors known and unknown, our spirit guide is here to say yes. That's when we're going to know the 7 things that we consider very valuable, that we would not yield for nothing. If another night came to us and say, we got to let these 7 things go, we were like, nah, I can't let it go, player. I'm sorry. I can't let it go. I can't let it go because that's our core. That's our core of who we are. I can't let it go. So once we see that as a warrior, we're going to say, okay, since we can't let these 7 things go, it comes with us throughout the years of our lives, throughout the days of our lives. We got to put them in order. And we're going to use our emotions for each thing that we hold as valuable and start to say to ourselves, what was the memory I had of each thing? What was the emotion? What's the sensation? What is the feeling, the sensation I felt with the imagery in my mind's eye, my third eye, even how I communicate out loud? What would I rate that as from 1 to 7? Then I'm going to look back at what I wrote, this naturally. And then we're going to say, all right, is the order in my liking? That's where that release came from. That's where that ego of that empty canvas, that 6th house, is coming from. How we're going to paint that canvas is by looking at that 7 natural orders that we put as value, our core values, and say, well, is it in the right order? Is it in order for me as the individual that has to play out these core values every day? That's what we're going to be thinking about and really jotting down on October the 5th. When we do that, the complex or our complex decision making would no longer be, because since we're the warrior, warriors make logical decisions, and they make them based on what they're feeling and the environment around them in which they're feeling as. So the environment that we're going to be feeling at that moment will let us know exactly the order in which we truly have to put these 7 values of ourselves. So the need to do research, as we put those 7 core values down, we're going to go into our mind's eye, to our memory bank. Even if we had to Google where we have gotten these 7 core value system from and how it connects to us spiritually, that's when we'll say, okay, again, we might have to revise it again, and that's okay. That's what a business owner, that's what a great partner, a great team player, even a great entrepreneur, a great wife would be. We're not just thinking about this one aspect of ourselves. And we're going to see that procrastination is not going to be in our nature. And if we do procrastinate, it's going to be with just a pause. We're going to procrastinate with a pause. Like, okay, let's pause for a second. Let's figure this out. Let's figure it out some more. 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 And one more down. And then we're going to proceed to give us what we need. We're going to proceed to give us what we need. That's what we're going to tackle in the morning of October 5th. What we're going to tackle within ourselves or exude within ourselves is the 2 of fire. This is what the masculine energies have gotten themselves going into today. Wow. Okay, so we're starting to definitely know that we're in sync with our masculine side, because our masculine bodies, our partner, the one we love, or who we envision as that husband or business partner or simply friend in growing with, is collaboration. Yin and yang of ourselves, the youth and our maturity are going to work together. That innocence and the veteran is going to work together. That rookie and the veteran are going to work together. Don't they got a show now called The Rookie? And he's an older gentleman, but he has a younger partner. I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to look at it on YouTube like a scene and see what's up with that. I don't know. That just came up. I don't know why. But we are going to come into our own feminine energies. We're going to look at new partnerships in a whole new light. We're going to look at what kind of partner we would need in our business, in collaboration, even in what we would see for a husband. And we're going to exude that within ourselves as the warrior. Again, we're going to connect these things together. We're going to marry ourselves together. And we're going to be witty with the Queen of Air about it. Very witty. When we do that, we're going to start looking at contracts. Again, we're going to be doing our homework on how to look at contracts, how to look at licenses. And that will give us that fire to proceed to give us what we need. And that will give us that solid foundation in our 7 core values. Again, we're going to move forward. We're going to continue to move forward when we realize that within ourselves on October the 5th in the afternoon. Where even, I wouldn't be surprised that we might get a call, a text, a meetup with a fire sign that we haven't seen in a while, or that we want to see, to give us that spark of intuition for those 7 core values. So we might be connecting with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Even for a surprise, maybe a Capricorn. Interesting. So let's see. 2 of fire. Fire and desire. Fire and desire. Yes, and we're going to have the water this time, okay? Waited water. Wait in water. Sunshine. Feminine energies, yes. So, fire. What is our passions? And how we want to share that passion with another. And what was that again? The 7 of water. Okay. Let's see. And this is in the afternoon. All right. So, what we're going to be thinking about at night on October the 5th. Wow. Is the 6th house. The lovers. We were just talking about when it comes to that partner. And meeting up with our partners too. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yes. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. How do you see, once we get that communication from our fire signs around us, it's going to give us, again, we're still going to be in that 6th house, how we were with our egos, a Virgo, and thinking about, again, how do we see love? How do we want to exude the lovers within ourselves first? How do we want to be that husband for ourselves? That is going to give us that fuel going into the 8th house of Scorpio. 2 and 6, that 8th house. We're going to be very intuitive on how we want to be that husbands for ourselves. And going into October 6th. And how we're going to go into October 6th thinking about the lovers is the way we're going to 7 of earth. 7 7 7 7 14 5. So we're still going to have that fire, but we're going to have the 5th house of Leo guiding us to give us that extra willpower to really look at that 7 values, that 7 core values that we were thinking of, and start to fully plant them starting on October 6th, Friday. It's funny that is going to be planted because that's when I was thinking of doing both the masculine and feminine game together and not have it separate. I got to see how that's going to turn out. We got to see how that's going to turn out. Wow. So, feminine energies. How are we going to really look at the husband quality? How do we, if we had to make our own husband? And I think Joel Benjamin on his YouTube channel had on an Instagram page, a picture of a cartoon character, female, making her own husband. And that could take work because like making a chair from Home Depot, you're going to have to look at the instructions. Again, having that clean canvas and knowing what instructions to what tool can we make that husband. That will explain why we have that blank canvas in the first place. So, how are we for real with our egos, being real honest? How are we going to think about the mechanics of the husband that we will want for ourselves, for real? And see how we're going to plant that going into the weekend. So ladies, calculating our score we got during the day for October 4th to October 5th, we're going to be using 120% of our air, which is our intuition, spiritual, our emotions even more in depth, into going deep within the core of the water to find what really makes us feel good in the type of husband or type of partner or type of friend, business partner we would truly need. And seeing the pair and how to be that. 2 to the 6th, that 8th house. 7 to the 2, 9th. So we're going 8, 9, we're going up. So our progress is very well. So we're going to be really grounded when it comes to our air energy on both the day and the night. During the day, we're going to be using our spiritual energy and being that warrior in our quest to find what is the core values in loving ourselves. And if we had to love ourselves by looking at if we had to be our husband, like really marry ourselves, how and what would that look like? How would it feel like? And what are the names? What are the 7 names, that quality that they would have to have, which is within ourselves that we actually have to practice for 2 days? Yes. And at night, we're going to really, we're starting to take things more seriously. It's not like we didn't before, but now something's in us. Our energy is saying, I'm getting tired of the same old. I'm getting tired of going through cycles that I know. So much so that I could tell the new partner that I'm with, or the new love interest, or even a new job that I embark on, like, I know you're going to do this to me. I know why you're going to do it to me. We're tired of that. Now we're going to breathe in new air, new energy, new creativity. And by doing that, we're going to be that husband for ourselves. So for October 4th to October 5th, what is the 7 core values of a partner? What is the 7 core values of a husband? That 7 core value truly will be the thing that will make us more desirable within ourselves. We truly have to practice those 7 things that we would want our husband to truly be, or our partner or friend to truly be. And that should be easy now, because now we're doing it, like Usher say, my way, my way, my way. You can't satisfy my needs. We're coming back to see us. We're our way. Oh, we are our way. We're gonna love ourselves in the lead. Ooh, can you feel the energy my way? We're gonna love our way. We're gonna love ourselves tightly and manifest our dreams right now. Your way. What is our way? So be witty, be. Be witty, be. Be witty, be. Be witty. Queen Bee, like Beyonce. Don't she have Beyonce? Queen Bee, the beehive. You see how that's going? That's how we're going to be projecting ourselves. I love you. I love you, feminine energies and viewers. We will see you on the other side.